I'm so excited to share with you that this podcast is sponsored by The Real Real, the best place to shop authenticated luxury bags, clothing, watches, and so much more. I love scouring The Real Real for new pieces. There are 10,000 new items every day, and they do their daily drops at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can shop and sell at The Real Real, which is great because you can use those earnings to buy something special. I just bought a gold Fendi bracelet, a hinge bracelet. I can't wait to wear it. The Real Real is attainable luxury that upgrades your personal style. With up to 90% off retail, you can finally have the pieces that you've been dreaming of from brands like Gucci, Fendi, and Prada. So The Real Real is the world's largest and most trusted resource for authenticated luxury resale. With thousands of new arrivals daily, no one does resale like The Real Real. And now you can get $25 off your first purchase when you go to therealreal.com/Kate Casey. That's therealreal.com/Kate Casey to get your $25 off. Start shopping at therealreal.com/Kate Casey.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone? Like yesterday. With Indeed, there's no need to stress. You can find amazing candidates fast using sponsored jobs. With sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates so you can reach the people you want faster. And just how fast is Indeed? Well, in the minute I've been talking to you, 23 hires were made on Indeed, according to the Indeed data worldwide. Seriously, there's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed, and listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/WonderyUS. Just go to Indeed.com/WonderyUS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/WonderyUS. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Welcome back for another episode of Reality Life with Kate Casey. And I'm thrilled that you are with me today because I have such great news. Back for a third season is one of my most favorite series of all time. It is called 100-Foot Wave. It is on HBO. If you were looking for something to watch with pretty much everyone in your life, this is the most beautifully shot series, and it is so inspirational. Garrett McNamara journeyed to Nazare, Portugal with one goal, to conquer a 100-foot wave. And his ambition drove the sport of surfing to new heights and helped transform a tiny fishing village into the world's preeminent big wave surfing destination. 100-Foot Wave is the winner of the 2023 Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Cinematography for a Nonfiction Program, an 8-time Emmy Award nominee. This is a superbly shot series. I'm telling you, you're going to get sucked into it right away. Since its premiere in 2021, 100-Foot Wave has been celebrated for its extensive access to charismatic personality Garrett McNamara. He is the Guinness World Record setter in 2011 and 2013 for the largest wave ever surfed. And his fellow big wave surfers' goals, ambitions, and personal challenges as they set out to achieve the seemingly impossible are also featured. It is layered with visually striking ocean footage featuring some of the greatest surfers from all over the world who became beloved characters in the process as they battle injuries and balance their passion for the sport with their responsibilities to their families and their own mental and physical well-being. In this third season, you are going to see Garrett, his wife Nicole, and their young family, as well as those of fellow surfers Andrew Cotty Cotton, CJ Messias, Justine DuPont, Lucas Chumbochianca, Nick Von Rupp, Kai Lenny, Ian Cosenza, and many others. 100-Foot Wave expands from the cliff tops of Nazare, Portugal, where Garrett first set that big wave world record, to exciting new locales in Cortes Bank, in the far reaches of the Pacific Ocean, Morocco, Italy, and Oahu, Hawaii, for the rarely held Eddie Aiku Big Wave Invitational. This is an adrenaline-filled series. It is closely following these extreme athletes' drive and passion, and with cameras by their side for all of the highs and lows of their lives, the doubts and the tragedies, the euphoria and the triumphs, and the life-changing decisions, the fears that haunt them, and the challenges that fuel them. You're going to have intimate interviews, verite photography, dramatic visuals with the most stunning aerial and water footage showcasing the death-defying beauty of these big wave surfing athletes as they risk it all in the quest for the ultimate high. It's going to make you want to plan a vacation to the beach. I'm not even kidding you. And also the extraordinary story behind Garrett. And now at this point in his life, he's confronting the toll that decades of surfing has taken on his body. And he's reckoning with downshifting a career in a sport that has defined his life. And so many people can relate to that. As he looks to pass the torch to a younger generation, the quest to find the next Nazare and to surf the 100-foot wave never ceases. So in the first episode, you're going to see him visiting a doctor about concussions, exploring the physical toll that the sport does to the body. His wife, Nicole, his children are also peppered throughout the season at home and with him on all of these adventures. Each season highlights the personal stories of these surfers. Again, they're the best in the world. One of the stories is about Marcio Freire, a veteran Brazilian surfer who died while practicing toe-in surfing on the giant waves in Nazare. And they also have such a great reverence for the legends of surf, including Eddie Haiku. He won several awards, including the 1977 Duke Kahanamoku Invitational Surfing Championship. He was the first lifeguard at Waimea Bay on the island of Oahu and saved over 500 people. In March of 1978, he joined the Polynesian Voyaging Society. They were doing a 2,500-mile journey to Tahiti aboard this double-hulled canoe. They wanted to reenact the ancient Polynesian navigation routes. But during the voyage, the canoe capsized about 12 miles south of Molokai. In a selfless act, he paddled toward Lanai on a surfboard to seek help. Although the rest of the crew was rescued, he was never found. They removed his life jacket to aid in his paddling, and despite an extensive air-sea search, the largest in Hawaiian history, his body was never recovered. So when you hear that, the Eddie Haiku Big Wave Invitational, which is also known as the Eddie, you know that it is named after this incredible surfer. And I love that they highlight this story. The Eddie is held at Waimea Bay on Oahu's North Shore. This event is held only when the waves reach a minimum height of 20 feet. So that honors Eddie's affinity for massive surf. So during the season, cameras followed the surfers who competed in the 2023 competition. And I'm telling you, the story of the winner is one of the best sports stories that you will ever hear. So in this episode, I interviewed Garrett and Nicole, catching up with them in New York. And Garrett always has been one of my favorite guests because each time we speak, I take away something. The first time we spoke, I teased him about how my son and I would get mad at him for the way he kept returning to the waves despite getting injured. And then I had this epiphany once he explained what it feels like to be inside the wave. It is pure chaos around you, but it's so still in the barrel. And you're at one with yourself and with nature. It's this profound spiritual experience because you're completely at peace with who you are and your purpose. And I go, I get it. That's how I feel about childbirth. You spend months waiting for the perfect wave, practicing breath work, training your body. And then after 9 months of pregnancy, you give birth, and it's the most magical, spiritual, life-affirming experience. It's so powerful and so fleeting. And for me, I always wanted to get back to that moment. He also said about embracing fear. We choose fear. We manufacture it in our minds from previous experiences or from previous information. And so we think about these things that happened in the past and we apply them to what we think could happen in the future. The past, it doesn't exist. The future, it doesn't exist. So if we do our best to embrace the moment, do our best in all the moments we encounter and choose to love them, choose to love whatever is happening. Oh, I broke my surfboard. Well, that was such a great surfboard. I loved all the experiences I had. Oh, I broke my arm. Oh, I love my body. My body is going to heal it. My arm is going to be amazing. I get this time to do my emails and read, and it's a choice. This is a series that will leave you so inspired and happy and calm and engaged and connected with other people. It is truly a series that every generation will enjoy. It's the one I recommend when someone asks me, what can I watch with my kids or what can I watch with my parents? It's something that leaves you wanting more. Here is my interview with Garrett and Nicole. And I have to tell you, they are so in sync with one another the entire interview. They were sharing a microphone and headphones. Now, if you've watched the series, you're probably going to go, that tracks. Here's my interview. Vacation season is nearly upon us. I know I'm going away soon, and I'm going to be treating myself to the luxe upgrades that I deserve with Quince's high-quality travel essentials and at fair prices. Like lightweight European linen styles from $30, washable silk tops and comfy lounge sets, with premium luggage options and stylish tote bags to carry it all. And the best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Because by partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts the cost of the middleman and then passes the savings on to us. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. And I love that. My favorite right now, get the organic gauze shirt. My favorite is the Bayside stripe. Get it in that one. You're going to love it. For your next trip, treat yourself to the luxe upgrades that you deserve from Quince. Go to quince.com/KKC for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/KKC to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/KKC.
And now, a next-level moment from AT&T Business. Say you've sent out a gigantic shipment of pillows, and they need to be there in time for International Sleep Day. You've got AT&T 5G, so you're fully confident. But the vendor isn't responding, and International Sleep Day is tomorrow. Luckily, AT&T 5G lets you deal with any issues with ease, so the pillows will get delivered and everyone can sleep soundly, especially you. AT&T 5G requires a compatible plan and device. Coverage not available everywhere. Learn more at att.com/5G network.
First thing I have to tell you, I watched all 5 episodes this weekend.
Of the new season.
I sure did. And my whole family did as well. It's like a miracle that you have the one show that I think the whole family will watch. And every season, I think it gets better and better. I think this is the best season so far.
Isn't that crazy? We thought there's no way. Like, what are they going to do for season 3?
We thought they could never top 1, and then 2 was just as good, and now 3 is even better.
I think it's the best one so far. Cried my face off. I was sweating a bunch of the scenes.
Which one was your favorite episode?
Episode number 2 deserves an Emmy.
Okay.
The one where he passes away, right?
Yeah.
That's my favorite. That one deserves an Emmy. That's what I'm with you.
Garrett agrees with you.
People are the team's trying to say Cortez. I'm like,
number 3.
Come on. 2 is it. 2 is it.
2 is it.
There's nothing like it.
I also think it just speaks to the personal stories, I think, really make the show. And every time that you have a new season, we get to meet someone new and explore who they are and what they mean to the surfing community. And I think that episode 2 encapsulated the special friendships that have been created because of the sport and probably because of the show too. And I just thought it was beautifully done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, well, the first question I have is the show kind of starts off with you going to a specialist. And it made me think about what your bodies are put through. And I wondered, if you have that repetitive head trauma, even from the minor impacts, how does that affect long-term brain health?
You know, it can be very traumatic and it can be permanent. But there are ways to regrow things and regrow the pathways. And they did tell me that I had definitely some challenges to work with, but if I did the right things, I'll be fine.
And I saw that you've been doing some stem cell treatments as well. I'm assuming that helps regenerate ligaments, joints, nerves, even brain. Has that been helpful?
The stem cell that I did with Dr. John in Florida, what was it? Where is it in Florida?
In Sarasota.
In Sarasota. Miraculous. I have had
rejuvenation.
I've had pain in my right shoulder, not the injured one. The injured one doesn't have any pain, it's just stiff. But the right shoulder's had pain for a long time since I decided to let my blind friend drive the jet ski. And we hit the sand too, going full speed sideways and flew off the ski and hit land on my shoulder, and it's been sore ever since. So number 1, don't ever let a blind guy drive your jet ski.
Yeah, no kidding.
But if you do, then go to Dr. John. He'll fix you up. He uses this camera where he looks exactly where the tears are, and then they put this needle in right to where the tears are, and they fill it up, and you can see it as they do it, and it miraculously is no pain at all now. It's 100%.
Well, I also notice that Justine wears some sort of head apparatus. Is she one of the few that do? Because I would think with the risk of concussion that more would be wearing them.
Well, I mean, even with Garrett, you see in that first episode, it ends with his, another injury, which he had a helmet on, but the board still broke on his head. So yeah, that might prevent you from like cracking your head open. But I think the concussion, that helmet isn't going to protect you from concussion.
You still get the jarring effect. It's definitely a buffer, and it definitely lessens the chance of a concussion, but they're still there, especially if something hits you.
And I just think we're at a place in society that, we don't fully know what can happen from repetitive concussions. Like even with the football, the concussion syndrome, like they don't really see the damage until after the person's passed away and they do an autopsy. It's not really something that can be diagnosed. And yeah, sure, you can do all those, biohacking and wellness herbs for the brain and all of that. But for Garrett, I find you just have to be even more intentional than you were before, like doing everything with so much intention so that you're registering what you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely there's times when I'm not present and forget things that I should have never forgot. Like as in one of the episodes, I think season 2 or
no, it's episode 2, episode 1.
Okay.
So then it made me think about, and my family had the same question about the training that's required to be a big wave surfer. What sort of routine are you doing outside of being in the water to physically prepare yourself to be at that peak level?
Yeah, there's weights, there's bands, there's breath work. It's physical and mental. And to be honest, right now, at this moment, I'm not ready to surf a giant wave. Maybe I'll be ready in October. Let's see how I go and if I'm actually want to focus on that. The training is instrumental, and if you don't train, you're not being respectful to yourself or the waves
or to your family.
Yeah.
But do you have to do a lot of cardio, or is it just weights?
It's more breath holding and weights and bands, but cardio is amazing as well because the cardio that I like is on the rope, holding the surfing as many waves as I can in a day on the smaller days. If you can surf all day long on a smaller day, then you're pretty much ready for the big days cardio-wise.
Stamina.
But you need to have the 30 waves in the head. And you need to be able to come up and then take another one and come up, 10, 20 seconds and take another one, 10, 20 seconds, another one. You got to be able to handle 20, 30 waves on the head.
But what he does is while training, it's not just specific breath work. Like that's a whole separate thing. Like he'll do breath holding while he's training.
All the weight exercises I do, I total opposite of what they tell you. I hold my breath the whole time I'm doing the set of 10 or the set of 20.
Oh, that's smart.
And then I take 2 to 3 breaths and do another set, and 2 to 3 breaths and another set. So I simulate getting pounded so that when it's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like as you see in episode 1, like Garrett went to Austin and stayed with our friend Khalil so that he could train and like get in that full training, because it's really hard when you have 3 kids and a family. Like, how do you fit that into the daily schedule? So like that trip to Austin, he's done that a couple times. And
also nutrition is so important. When I'm in Austin, I'm with Khalil, and he has this place called Sun Life Organics, which has the most amazing food on the planet. Second, maybe only to what Nicole creates. No, it's just as good. It's just as good. And I'm so lucky that he's one of my very dear friends, probably one of our best friends. And he will always open the door for me to come train with him and reset and eat good and then go to Portugal.
And again, it's that intentionality, right? So it's not like, what are you doing daily? It's like just doing it with so much intention. Like, okay, I'm taking this time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
At 24, I lost my narrative, or rather it was stolen from me. And the Monica Lewinsky that my friends and family knew was usurped by false narratives, callous jokes, and politics. I would define reclaiming as to take back what was yours. Something you possess is lost or stolen, and ultimately you triumph in finding it again. So I think listeners can expect me to be chatting with folks, both recognizable and unrecognizable names, about the way that people have navigated roads to triumph. My hope is that people will finish an episode of Reclaiming and feel like they filled their tank up. They connected with the people that I'm talking to and leave with maybe some nuggets that help them feel a little more hopeful. Follow Reclaiming with Monica Lewinsky on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Reclaiming early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Lamont Jones's world is shattered when his cousin dies in custody just weeks after entering prison. The official report says natural causes, but bruises and missing teeth tell a different story. From Wondery comes Death County, PA, a chilling true story of corruption and cover-ups that begins as one man's search for answers, but soon reveals a disturbing pattern. Lamont's cousin's death is just one of many, and powerful forces are working to keep the truth buried. With never-before-heard interviews and shocking revelations, Death County, PA pulls back the curtain on one of America's darkest institutional secrets. This isn't just another true crime story. It's happening right now. Follow Death County, PA on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of Death County, PA early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
In one of the episodes, it kind of explores the complicated relationship between Tony and Justine. And I wondered if you could speak to the importance of the relationship between the driver and the surfer.
It's like a marriage, and it's life or death, and it's being comfortable or not, and it's having arguments and getting over them and talking things through and apologize. Like I had two big ones. The biggest ones I've ever had with Cotty during season 3. And we're as close as ever right now today. We're brothers. And we always have been. We just had to go through these moments where I get kind of, I'm not being loving or kind. And that's my bad. I should always be loving and kind, but I let things get the best of me at times and have all these expectations, once I should have no expectations. And then I take it out on him, and he doesn't deserve that.
We talked briefly about the episode 2 when Marcio passed away. Watching that play back, does it hit you how tied together all of you are? And I'm assuming that the show has only just strengthened that.
Yes, we're a community, and no matter what's happening out of the water, once we're in the water, we're all there for each other. And I'm always there for everybody, but there's always these challenges on land that sometimes spill over into the water. But once something's going down, everybody is there for each other. And there's a part of me that wishes I was there on that day. And because I'm just really about safety and really about utilizing everything possible. But, everybody has their own way of doing things. And Marcio was with the best of the best. So there's no better way to enter Nazare. And it's just unfortunate that that our legendary friend passed, his first soul surfer that's passed. Yeah, it was really sad. Really, really, really sad.
One of the other great stories of this season was following the Eddie and to see Luke win. By the way, I was actually in Oahu in 2023, and my husband and I thought, well, why don't we just go to the Eddie? And then the people at our hotel were like, you guys are idiots. Like, people go 5 hours before and sleep on the side of the road. So it was really fun to see the backstory of Eddie. And I wondered, you kind of made a joke in the beginning, like, what else, what other stories can we tell? But that's just an example of that. There are these really interesting personalities in your sport. And I did not know the story behind Eddie. Is there anybody else in a season 4 that you would love to showcase their incredible personal story?
It's funny. My nephew Landon won the Eddie, and I was with him, coaching him the whole time, and we filmed it all. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be the best episode ever filmed.
I can imagine.
It just all depends on how they roll it out. But I feel like that was the best feeling and emotion that I've ever experienced during filming. Yeah. Besides maybe the birth of...
oh, no, that was special too. My last question is, I can see how much this show has changed the people that are on it and their careers and their personal lives. You can see that. But I wondered for the both of you, I mean, you guys have really cracked your lives open. You show so much of your life. What has this show meant to the both of you?
I really look at it as a really beautiful gift to kind of I went into it from day one saying I have no desire to make a surf documentary. Like, I really only want to do this if it's going to be about the human emotion and overcoming challenges and that life isn't perfect, but it's, love will conquer all, and just being as genuine and as authentic as possible so people can connect and relate and hopefully
be inspired
to, live their truth.
Mm-hmm. We love being inspired by our friends and anything that we really are drawn to in the world. And we hope that we're inspiring people to live in a good way. We're not perfect. We don't have it all figured out, but we are doing our best. She's actually perfect. I'm not. And I'm working on being the best version of myself and showing up. I'm working through the concussions.
Mm-hmm. Sure you are. Yeah. Well, I really think, 9 years, I have covered every documentary. I love sports documentaries. This is the very best one. And I want to say thank you for making something that everyone in the family can watch and be inspired by. Every generation can love this show. And I know what effort you put into this. It is the best sports docuseries in television today.
I really appreciate that.
I just got chicken skin. I can't even...
Thank you for sharing.
I hope more people hear what you have to say.
I know.
Let us know how to help spread whatever you share.
Exactly. Thank you for your time and really very well done. Love to your family.
Thank you.
It's all because of people like you that it's successful. Thank you so much from the bottom of our heart. We love you.
Yeah,
you got it.
You.
I want to thank my wonderful guests, Garrett and Nicole, and remind you to make sure that you're subscribed to this podcast and also make sure that you leave a 5-star review. Please join the Facebook group, Reality Life with Kate Casey. You can also get bonus episodes. I just dropped one about the most unbelievable experience that I had this weekend after the passing of my mother-in-law. So go to Patreon, patreon.com/Kate Casey. And then also make sure you get my what to watch list at katecasey.substack.com. Also, make sure you follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at KatecaseyCA, TikTok, it's Kate Casey, and Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky at Kate Casey. And make sure you check back tomorrow for an all-new episode.
At Hotels.com, we know some travelers crave an ocean breeze. Others don't want to deal with sand. And oftentimes, those two people end up together. Compare properties side by side to find yourself poolside, oceanside, and still in a relationship. Find your perfect somewhere with Hotels.com.